Hey y'all, it's Paris and I'm back with another video. So today I just wanted to share with you guys that God is restoring what you lost. God is restoring what you lost, okay? And so before I get into this word, let me just say, please take this word back to the Lord. Take every single word, every single prophetic word back to the Lord, okay? Just to make sure that it's from the Lord, just to make sure that it's for you and that it is actually your season to receive this word, okay? So with that being said, God has been highlighting the word redemption to me, okay? He's been highlighting redemption. Not only that, he's been highlighting the story of Ruth, okay? And so I've been studying that, I've been meditating on that, and so I knew that the Lord wanted me to deliver a word on this, okay? So if we know anything about the story of Ruth, we know that Ruth and Naomi, they went through loss, right? They lost their husbands. They went through a famine. And so they're just trying to figure out life at this point, right? And so maybe you are in a situation to where you have experienced loss. Maybe you've experienced a loss of a loved one. You've experienced the loss of a car, the loss of a home, right? The loss of finances, the loss of a job. It can be anything, right? Anything. And so at this point, you're like, Lord, like all I'm doing is trying to just be obedient. I've been trying to do your will, but it just seems like things are getting worse. It just seems like nothing is working out, right? And so you're at a point to where you're starting to feel bitter. You're at a point to where, you're starting to feel hopeless. Like, God, like, when am I going to get out of this rut? When am I going to get out of this cycle, right? And so here's the thing. We know that Naomi felt bitter. She felt bitter. She's like, call me Mara. I think it was Mara. But she was like, call me Mara because I'm bitter. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, but she felt like she was bitter because of her circumstances, right? No money, no husband. She can't take care of herself, right? And so with that being said, again, you may feel like Naomi and Ruth to where you experience so much loss. Loss of a loved one, somebody who was dearly close to you, loss of a job, maybe that was your dream job, loss of a home, now you're homeless. Okay. And so with that being said, the Lord knows your story. The Lord knew your story before it even happened. And so what am I saying to you? Just like Naomi and Ruth had to go through their story, you got to go through your story as well. You got to let it play out. And so if we know anything about the story of Ruth, we know that she had to walk into, or she had to work in Boaz's field, not even knowing that God had basically set that up for her to be redeemed. Okay. The only thing she was thinking was, okay, I'm going to go work in this field. And then hopefully, somebody notices me and then, somebody can redeem me. But she didn't know that God had already planned for all this to happen. Right. And so what I'm telling you is that all you have to do is just keep believing, keep walking in faith, keep moving in faith, not even knowing that as you're moving, as you're still believing, the Lord is guiding you to the field of Boaz. The Lord is guiding you to your promise, to your blessing, as you keep believing, as you keep walking, as you keep moving in faith. Because if you just stay at where you lost things, if you just stay or just stick to the place where you lost certain people in your life, and you just stay there, you're not going to see what God is doing. But in order to see the other side, you have to keep walking. You have to keep moving by faith. And so a lot of people, or the Lord is requiring a lot of people to move by faith. Okay. And so you guys know that the Lord speaks to me through numbers all the time, right? And so he's also been showing me 11:11 or 1:11. And so I've done a video on this before, but 11:11 for me means Hebrews 11:11. 1:11 means for me Hebrews 11 verse 1. And so with that being said, either one, the Lord is still talking about faith. He's still talking about faith in the things that you cannot see. Right? And so in order for you to get to where you need to be, in order for you to be redeemed, in order for you to, receive the blessings, the promises, you have to have faith. You have to keep believing. Because guess what? Even when the Lord restores what you have lost, guess what? There's going to be another time where you're going to go through something else. Okay? It's just part of life, y'all. It's part of life. We're going to have good times. We're going to have bad times. We're going to have good times. We're going to have bad times. But either way, we should know, okay, if you've been on this journey for a while, you should know that the Lord is always going to work it out. Because what does Romans 8:28 says? He's going to work it out for the good of those who love the Lord. Okay, so if you continue to love the Lord, guess what? He's going to work everything out for you. Everything must work out. Everything must work out because you love the Lord, because you keep following the Lord, because you keep having faith, because you keep being obedient. Okay, and so don't let anybody make you feel bad for being obedient. Okay, because maybe they see your downfall. Maybe they see that you're in a bad position. They're like, yeah, this girl, she's over there having faith. She over there homeless though. She over there having faith, but she living in her car, right? They see your downfall per se, but they don't know that the Lord is going to turn your whole story around. Okay, this is just temporary. Okay, type in the comments, this is just temporary. This is just temporary. Okay, because they don't see that, yes, you may have lost everything just like Job did, but guess what? Guess what happened in Job's story? He was restored. Okay, he was restored double, right? After he prayed for his friend, he was restored double. And so I'm pretty sure all the people that saw, Job losing all these things, like, dang, is this what you get for believing in God? Right? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are looking at your story or even looking at my story like, dang, like, is this what you get for believing in God? But they don't understand that this is just temporary. You only looking at this situation. Just wait until he redeems my story. Just wait until he redeems the time, okay? So with that being said, just like with Ruth, yes, they started out in chapter 1. In chapter 1, there was tragic loss, okay? In tragic 1, there was tragic loss. But then in chapter 2, what happens? Ruth just so happens to start working and ends up in Boaz's field. Just so happens, right? But no, we both know, we all know that God is intentional. So it wasn't a coincidence that she so happened to be in Boaz's field. No, that was intentional. God knew what he was doing. Okay. And so God is leading you, even if you don't know what you're doing, even if you don't know what God is doing, God is guiding you to where you need to be. God is guiding you to Boaz's field. Okay. Whatever that is, that can be the house, that can be the car, that can be the finances, that can be the relationship. It doesn't matter, but God is guiding you, even if you can't see what he's doing or how he's doing it. He's guiding you either way. Even if you make a mistake along the path, he's still guiding you because God knows how to redirect you. God knows how to put you back on the right path. So don't worry about you making a mistake. He knows how to put you back on the right path because God is that powerful. He has the authority to do that. Okay. And so, like I said, in Ruth chapter 2, what ends up happening? She's working in his field, not even knowing that Boaz is about to notice her. Boaz is about to notice her working in his field. And that wasn't by coincidence, okay? And so this is the new beginning for her. The new beginning that something is coming, that something better is coming, that her story is about to be turned around, that there is about to be a true redemption. And so what I'm saying to you is there's a chapter 2 for you as well. There's a chapter 2 for you as well. Type in the comments, I want my chapter 2. Okay? And so with that being said, if we fast forward to Ruth chapter 4, we see, how, she ends up getting married. She got a baby and everything, right? So she was fully restored. It was a full turnaround, a full circle. And so again, yes, you may have a chapter 1. Everybody's going to have a chapter 1 where you lose everything. Okay? It's just bound to happen. It's part of life. But the only thing we have to do, the only thing that we are required to do is just to believe and have faith. That's all the Lord wants us to do. Keep walking, keep moving in faith, even when we don't understand, even when we don't see his hand. Okay? Because he's going to guide you straight to your blessing, straight to the promise. But you just have to keep believing. Okay? That's your only job, is to keep believing. God is not asking you to do anything else. Okay? It's just to keep believing. Now, if he is asking you to do something, do it. If he is asking you to apply to the job, apply. Because there's sometimes we have to move. But if you've already done everything that you need to do, sit still. Rest. Okay? Because that's what Ruth had to do as well. Ruth had to rest knowing that the Lord was going to set things up. Okay? Because even after Boaz noticed her, Boaz still had to check with the other kinsmen just to make sure that the other kinsmen didn't want to marry her. Right? And so Ruth had to sit and wait for Boaz to make a decision. And so what am I telling you? You need to sit and wait and you need to sit and wait on God to make a decision for you. Okay? Well, actually the decision is already made. You just need to wait. You just need to wait for the outcome. And so again, just surrender. I know some of you guys are just like me. You want to control things. And it's like, I don't try to. It's sometimes it's in our nature to want to control what we can't see. And so what God is asking us to do is let go. Let go. Take your hands off. He's like, I got this. I got this. Okay? So surrender and just know that God got you. He's going to redeem the time. He's going to redeem your story. So this is just a quick word. Please go back and read the book of Ruth, the book of Job. If you need some encouragement, do that. If you guys want to book a coaching session with me, please do so through the Faithia app, Faithia. That's how it's spelled. You can find me under Paris M. Thank you guys to the people who have been supporting me, who's been hyping my videos up, who's been liking, commenting, sharing, the people who have been sewing into me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. When I tell y'all have been a great help. Okay. Even if you guys think that, oh, like this is not enough. This is not, no, whatever you send helps me out. Okay. Because if you guys know my story, you know that the Lord is he's slowly redeeming my story. Okay. And so the thing is, it's just like things are coming together. They're coming together slowly. But the thing is, he's doing it. And so I appreciate the ones that are sewing into my ministry, because it helps. I'm just letting you know it helps, and I appreciate it. But yeah, that's the video. I thank you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.